Yes, weather condition, poor weather condition that I experienced. Yes, I was under the weather. That's it. What happened? Yes, I was actually under the weather, and she anyway, but it's good. I'm glad that I'm back. Magdalene, thank you so much for holding on. Yes,
But I didn't say anything.
thank you for holding on. Yeah. Hmm?
So,
Thank you for holding on.
yesterday someone really shiny. No,
No, I was under the weather.
no, but you didn't say you. You
What?
said you
The
talk about
way I
general
no,
condition of the
I
entire.
said I couldn't come yesterday due to
Mm-hmm.
climatic weather condition in my body.
But you didn't say
In my
it like
body. But you
that.
didn't wait for me to start stretching your eyes. How are you?
Well,
Anyway, I told you yesterday. Yeah, I told you.
and you're
And I
cutting,
texted you.
you're cutting the distraction from me. You know. Let me wear my face. Yeah,
How are you,
anyway,
man?
I'm good.
Are you a taxpayer or a tax enforcer or a tax collector? There are three persons acting now under this blazing sun. People are paying taxes, or people are enforcing tax payment,
Mm-hmm.
and people are collecting. Which one are you? I'm talking about the vehicle inspection. That's tax enforcement, right? Eh? People are there collecting.
I will tell
Talk.
the reason the reason why all my activities have been centered around peace, but I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, because you don't have your.
I
That's
I can't
the
go
problem
anywhere.
I got with you.
Wait, I can't go anywhere with your car.
No, say your own is not registered.
I can't car.
Your own is not
Everybody knows
registered.
that I don't have a car. I
Your
don't
own is
have
not
a.
registered.
Everyone knows I don't have a car.
Government of Liberia, thank you so much. If you were not to institute this enforcement, but now this woman will be in downtown Monrovia. She can leave. The car is grounded. The car is grounded.
That's funny.
Yes. How are you? How was your night?
Well, it was great. It was absolutely great. I had a wonderful night, and it's good to be back.
Yeah, man. So trending issues, but before trending issues, hear this one. Or let's talk this trending issue first, then we'll come. We play that motivation.
Okay.
On yesterday, President Joseph Yuma Boakai spent 90 days in office on yesterday, January 22 to April 22. 90 days. But we're not counting 90 days. We're counting 100 days in office.
Yeah. So we got 10.
And we got 8 days to go.
Oh, 8 more.
8
Yeah.
more days to go.
Huh?
8 more days to go
Okay. Yeah.
to complete the 100 days. Oh man, you don't want to hear some of the things that took place during the 100 days. Some political critics are recording failures. Some pro-Boakai are recording successes. So instead of yesterday, that which we did deliberately, we are sorry that we didn't announce that to you. We are waiting for the 100 days. The Ministry of Agriculture will tell us what did they achieve in the 100 days. Public Works will tell us what achieved in the 100 days. The Ministry of Information will tell us what it did in the 100 days. Agriculture, and the list goes on and on. The Ministry of State will tell us, other than the controversies of changing names and adding names up, some of those things came up during the 100 days. So you, the public, you have the opportunity to evaluate your government. Your government. The government that came to rescue you. Tomorrow, April 24th,
Yeah.
April the 24th will mark the hurtling down of the Supreme Court's opinion on the tenure position saga that nearly wanting to cripple the administration's right to appoint in the executive. That is on tomorrow, Supreme Court. Some people were removed or replaced by the president. Attending position, Liberia Telecommunication Authority, the Governance Commission, where again? The National Fisheries, and they went to court. The Supreme Court announced that it will hand down opinions on tomorrow on some of these constitutional crises that it has been able to hear. So tomorrow is going to be a busy day for everyone, and both the petitioners and the in battle are standing on their toes. The in battles are those who have been appointed. In those tenure positions, but rejected on grounds that they serve. Those who have been removed serve not at the will and pleasure of the president, but through the laws on tenure. So let's watch and see. Tomorrow, April 24, Supreme Court handles down opinion as everyone is on tiptoes. These are much more are lined up this afternoon for our discussion. Of course, today is Tuesday. High on the agenda, Liberia is listed 117 out of 125 countries of most hungry people. You accept that? If you don't accept it, tell me what role have you played to beat back this characterization of our common patrimony? Oh, not just sitting, and with no offense to those who sit at Atai Center, not sitting there and talking. Don't tell me I sit here and talk. No. What practical action? That is, if you believe it is true. If you don't believe, but then what are you doing? Why can we call this Global Hunger Index called a book? Anyway, first, Orange, Liberia. After this one, guess what? EcoBank Liberia has joined the sponsorship. The only bank in the Republic that you have that can give you salary advance. That is, if you tell your employer or if you sign on to EcoBank for your salary deposit. That is not all. You also have to download on your phone or Google Play Store the EcoBank app, and it will be on your phone as an icon, and anytime you can transact, even if you are suspended. So people suspend, not that you are suspended and you waive your salary, then you go in there and say 3 months, ahead of time, say I want salary advance for 3 months. No, we're talking about the month. Yeah, but you got an account with EcoBank?
Of course, very active.
Okay.
Yes,
so you still
got an account, and I also have a Visa card that is very active, and you
no stop that.
you're
so when I got the
is this the
one? when I got the information this morning, I went immediately and reactivated my checking account with EcoBank. You know, I got a checking account with EcoBank. That's another way to be financially disciplined. Leave the cash account.
That's awesome. I heard that like 2 years ago that your account was inactive.
2 years? No,
2 years ago.
1 year ago. I know 1 year, but I've reactivated my checking account.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And I'm also a carrier of an MTN card or Visa, whatsoever you want to call it.
Wow.
Yes. But
the last time someone just gave me, you can remember, right? Someone gave me that Visa card, and the code, gave me the code, or said, take the card.
That person is not an ordinary person.
What even ordinary?
That person is not an ordinary person.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Either your relative, or that's why I say it's not relative. Not ordinary person. If the
Ordinary.
person is an ordinary person, then that person is your secret admirer.
All right. So the last talking point over there, you talk about what again? Are the agro segment, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So that the father will be coming on today, along with Abina.
Okay.
Can we go further?
Yeah. So we
Okay.
should forget about that one, right?
Yeah, I beg you.
How can a lady give me their visa card? Say, go away. These are my three letter password or number password. Go there and take and withdraw this amount and bring it. Yeah. Anyway,
It was your interest, though.
that was my interest. If I said yes, it was in my interest, but that don't mean saying you that.
Wait a minute, you see? Oh my God.
Internet and follow data pass. I have no excuse to not get one router in my house. Yeah. Let me run non-supported for me and the family.
Get your home internet router from any Orange store or POS around the country and enjoy affordable data packs that start from $9 for 10 gigabytes valid 30 days to $59 for 125 gigabytes valid 30 days. There's a pack for everyone. Enjoy using the fastest speed internet. Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
The Armed Forces Today, in Force for Good, is a 45-minute radio and online presentation which brings the Armed Forces of Liberia closer to the public. It gives an in-depth analysis of activities and issues of the Armed Forces of Liberia as an undisputed force for good. This informative and educated presentation will be held once a week with a repeat on various radio and online stations. We will be your hosts, Major Stephen Tortapla and Major Eldorado Nyanti Jebo. Coming soon.
Time. Give people space. Don't beg anyone to stay. Let them roam. What's meant for you will always be yours. I feel so much better when people don't know where I am and what I'm doing. You may not be able to control every situation and its outcome, but you can control your attitude and how you deal with it. Do good, it will come back to you in unexpected ways. Be happy with what you have while working for what you want. Remember that some things have to end for better things to begin. If you're rejected, accept it. If you're unloved, let go. If they choose someone or something over you, move on. Not everyone you love will stay. Not everyone you trust will be loyal. I don't care about losing people who don't want to be in my life. I've lost people who meant the world to me, and I'm still doing just fine. Do not follow the majority. Follow the right way. You can feel it when someone is not being real with you. Energy never lies. Always speak how you feel and never be sorry for being real. Give people time. Give people space. Don't beg anyone to stay. Let them roam. What's meant for you will always be yours. I feel so much better when people don't know where I am and what I'm doing. You may not be able to control every situation and its outcome, but you can control your attitude and how you deal with it. Do good, it will come back to you in unexpected ways. Be happy with what you have while working for what you want. Remember that some things have to end for better things to begin.
Maggie, does this make any sense to you?
Yes.
You want me to play again?
Yeah, play it again.
Okay, this is it.
You're unloved, let go. If they choose someone or something over you, move on. Not everyone you love will stay. Not everyone you trust will be loyal. I don't care about losing people who don't want to be in my life. I've lost people who meant the world to me, and I'm still doing just fine. Do not follow the majority. Follow the right way. You can feel it when someone is not being real with you. Energy never lies. Always speak how you feel. Never be sorry for being real. Give people time. Give people space. Don't beg anyone to stay. Let them roam. What's meant for you will always be yours. I feel so much better when people don't know where I am and what I'm doing. You may not be able to control every situation and its outcome, but you can control your attitude and how you deal with it. Do good, it will come back to you in unexpected ways. Be happy with what you have while working for what you want. Remember that some things have to end for better things to begin.
By popular demand, I will play it once more. Then I will ask Magdalene a few questions, and myself, I will make a statement after. This is mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it preaches itself. And unless you are a sober person, you wouldn't get the message in it.
Who you trust will be loyal. I don't care about losing people who don't want to be in my life. I've lost people who meant the world to me, and I'm still doing just fine. Do not follow the majority. Follow the right way. You can feel it when someone is not being real with you. Energy never lies. Always speak how you feel and never be sorry for being real. Give people time. Give people space. Don't beg anyone to stay. Let them roam. What's meant for you will always be yours. I feel so much better when people don't know where I am and what I'm doing. You may not be able to control every situation and its outcome, but you can control your attitude and how you deal with it. Do good, it will come back to you in unexpected ways. Be happy with what you have while working for what you want. Remember that some things have to end for better things to begin.
Okay, so what lessons are there?
Wow. So some things have to end.
It is equated to a jingle we used to play, not jingle, a teaser we used to play 2017. Friendship is not by force, by Atabil, right?
Yeah.
Mesa Otabil. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So this one says, when you discounted, when you rejected, let it go. Man, for God's sake, you've lost some important people in your life and you let it go. You have to move on.
Of course. Yes, it has happened. sometimes, like the last statement he made, sometimes you have to let some other things, go to get better things. So you have to create space. And coming up as a young woman, my mother always told us that if you're finished with the cream, the spray, everything, do not keep it there because you have to remove them, to get new ones coming. You cannot just keep, and load the entire place with old stuff. But not really old, but as long as they finish, just so you have to give space for better things to come in. That's one. And move on. Moving on is something that is a bit emotional. Sometimes things happen. Don't only put your mind on relationship. If you are thinking about relationship,
No,
well,
man.
I'm sorry,
Don't.
but it's not only about relationship. Like for me, I lost my mom 2021, a very shocking one, very shocking, and you were in it. Yeah, you were. The first person that I ever called after my family, I called, and you you couldn't pick up anyway. So I let it go, and I say I gotta move on because I have to move on because I was actually disconnected from everyone, and people tried to reach out to me. I was just living. I couldn't accept that my mother is no more. And I remember when, she came to visit me once, she didn't call me. Usually I like people to call me because sometimes I may not be home. She said, well, I will come here anytime. So I said, the thing what you want to see, one day you can't, you'll see it. So, she came, that was actually the last time coming to my apartment too. But I had to move on. I said, I have to move on. So, especially for a relationship, intimacy, the kind of relationship, well, you have to move on. And I will just be brave enough to say it right here. I I I I walked out of my relationship that I was in after 8 9 years. Some of you who can mind your business, you'll be why you worried?
Go ahead.
You be
Go ahead.
your
Just do
your
that.
highest number of months you spend in
I just hearing
relationship
this one.
is 6 months, 9 months, but you always like to be into people's affair, right? So after 8 9 years, I walked out because I love my life and I want to be happy. I want to save my life and continue my work. So it was not like this guy left me. I walked out and I couldn't just like accept to move on. Even though I quitted, I was on my own and stuff like that. But it was not the plan to say, oh yes, I want to quit this.
So on the in a nutshell, have you moved on?
Excuse me, ask me to talk. So
Have
give
you
me
have
minutes.
you moved on?
Leave me. So
Mm-hmm.
so I I'm saying this because sometimes to move on is very difficult, very 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 difficult. You will say like, but don't stay where you are not appreciated. Yeah, don't stay where you are not respected. Don't stay where you are disrespected. You are not, I know, and stuff like that. Something that has to do with your emotions. You'll be drained and stuff like that. Yeah, for me, I like peace. I want to be happy. I want to be younger every time. So I move on. Yes, I don't like the last time I was invited to talk about relationship stuff on DWTV, and Lisa was there teasing me and said, "Look at you, you thought so kind of nonsense on." But it actually came up in a friend from Ghana told me and said, "But I saw you on either DWTV or BBC. You were saying something about relationship. That how far it went." But I said something really good. But moving on is good if you want to move on. I don't know if you as a person. I'm talking to you, Chief. Yeah, you. Oh, hi, Adela. You here? My people here. So if you want to move on, you can also move on. There is nothing bad about moving on. Don't bad when you lose people. Yeah, losing people. It's obvious. Yeah, sometimes we lose people, we lose relationship, we lose good friends. I know people would think that they'll be of make impact. We lose them. I mean, people that you keep from nowhere, you lose people. It's obvious sometimes because of pride, because of some reasons, people just turn out to be something else, and you lose them.
No,
So
for me, it hard for me to move on. That's maybe one of my weaknesses, especially if I identify the resource that this person or thing is that it can take me to another level. What I do is I give several tries, and if it doesn't work or they don't work, then I can move on. And in my opinion, the way I understood this one is the guy is speaking like you've tried, try, and try, but no one listens. So having given several trials and no one listens, move on, man.
so you ready to move
Yes.
on? I heard that was from I heard that
No,
was from the
I know.
platform. That you're moving
I
on.
know.
That you're moving. That you're
Yeah,
moving
what you want to tell me? I can
Eh,
move on.
listen, I
What
am
want
moving
you?
on. You're talking about. I hope, please. uh, no, you're on a move. You're on a movie. On you're talking about.
All right.
No, I'm finished yet. Why you really going?
We gotta go to Nimba, man.
Yeah,
Today is by-election day in
of
Nimba.
course. Well, we will go there. Of course, So I don't follow majority.
Yes.
Yeah, don't follow what everybody saying. A majority is not always right. Don't follow the crowd. Yeah, always follow what is right. That's
So
it.
somebody told me, my man, Chris, why you always on the other side? And we on the other side. We on the other side. There where the job distribution taking place. I said, is that the reason why? That's the reason for the gathering? I said, no, you're not going to get me there. Because in my opinion, I worked and my work should show whatsoever the light to anyone to call me the official. Other than that, I'm not going to beg anybody. I move on.
Oh, you move?
I move on.
That movie, what you doing? That you should have the platform.
I move on. Next.
Well, always do good.
Yes.
It is good to do good. There are times you do good and they will not be appreciated. But don't quit. Do good. And sometimes you want to do good and it is not there. When I mean it's not there, you it's not only about money, right? There are times I say this over and over, and I mean the last time I talked to some group of women, I told them that sometimes you don't give advice to young women. I mean, good advice. Do not be the one to say you can't, don't take a mess. Don't do this. Some women, I mean, I'm sorry to say, having international women, even though we are in April, we just left March, but some women, I mean, they will just chakla the whole thing. And these young women will be looking up to you for counsel, right? They will be looking up to you for pieces of advice and stuff like that. So, yes, it is not only about material, it's not only about money. Sometimes give good advice, pieces of advice. It is, yes, and it goes to the men. Don't make it look like, okay, because I got 4 or 5 women, but maybe you can do the same thing. Yeah, I have normal way of behaving and doing stuff. Give good advice, pieces of advice. Young men give good pieces of advice to young women. Teach them what they're supposed to know. Teach them what they are supposed to do. Be good. I mean, just be good. It will come back to you. It will always come back to you. And when we say be good, it's not only about money. We all like money. We all know money rules the world. It is the root of all evil as well. But it is not only about money. It is about being good, your time, and your pieces of advice, and your the way in which you live. Some people are just like watching you, They will not come and tell you, like my boss man right here, he's a very good person. Yeah, be happy with what you have, be satisfied, be grateful. It's a way to to get more. Because if you're not happy with what you have, you're always like complaining. You don't have this one, you don't have that one, you want this one, you want that one. When you see people with this, you want it. Well, it's good to be constructively jealous. That means you want to get things, to yourself. You want to get things that other people get they at the appropriate time, and not to put pressure on yourself, put pressure on everybody, because you want this to happen. So be happy with what you have and work towards getting more. Well, I think we can stop here for now because we have a lot of things on our table.
Yeah, thank you so much.
But you said you want to say something again. Say something before.
No,
close
it's
now.
enough. But the thing is a teacher by itself, and
Okay.
it's self
No, but I want to
explanatory.
hear from you.
Okay, so let's hear from him.
Or
Accepted. If you're unloved, let go. If they choose someone or something over you, move on. Not everyone you love will stay. Not everyone you trust will be loyal. I don't care about losing people who don't want to be in my life. I've lost people who meant the world to me, and I'm still doing just fine. Do not follow them. Follow the right way. You can feel it when someone is not being real with you. Energy never lies. Always speak how you feel and never be sorry for being. Give people time. Give people space. Don't beg anyone to stay. Let them roam. What's meant for you will always be yours. I feel so much better when people don't know where I am and what I'm doing. You may not be able to control every situation and its outcome, but you can control your attitude and how you deal with it. Do good. It will come back to you in unexpected ways. Be happy with what you have while working for what you want. Remember that some things have to end for better things to begin.
so
Okay.
So you want to end some things?
Hmm?
You want to end some things?
Yeah, if the war ending, you can end it. What else? So let's go to Unification City.
Yes, Chief.
Yeah.
Before we go further, I'm
Mhm.
seeing something here. Yeah. The 23 minutes ago, SOS call. I
Mhm.
really don't know this guy, but he's a journalist, but courtesy to DTV Online. And he said they screenshot the post from this journalist. He's Lincoln Bonko Jimmy. I don't know him. I've never seen him before. So he said, imagine I can get $4,000 Liberian dollars for treatment, but somebody will be willing to buy $250 US casket when I die. A life, all on God. It's not just good to be broke. So, not just good to be broke. So, the DTV said, SOS call. We don't want to say rest in peace in the Bong media again. Journalist Lincoln Bonko Jimmy Radio, I know, paralyt, what?
Let's see.
Yeah, paralyt. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not getting it right. Yeah, this one. So news editor. He's the editor of that institution, and he writes on his Facebook page. So this is the same thing we're talking about here. Please, if you can reach out to this guy, I trust. I don't want to say I trust DTV Online, and they're making SOS call and SOS call for journalist Lincoln Bonko Jimmy. Please reach out to him if you can. Please reach out to him if you can. I don't know him, but I see this, and we are talking about about doing good, right? Yeah. So and he writes a very sorrowful message on his Facebook page. If you can get him $4,000 LD now, I think he's in Bond County. So please, my people, those of you in Bone County, if you're listening right now, please, if you are if you from Bone County and you are here, yeah, you are here, please try to make some contribution to this journalist Lincoln Bonko Jimmy from Paralyt, Radio Paralyt 93.7. Thank you.
Okay, what are SOS called? Let's wait. Let's wait and see. Yes, I like the way they put it. I don't like the condition, but I like the way they put it.
Yeah.
If I can get 4,000 LD to treat myself when I die, the casket is around 15 to 20,000 bucks, depending on the location. And that's time we see the family come up and all get. Anyway, all of these things are part of human existence. Let's go to, but first we have to take a break. We have to take a break to usher in our next guest. Yes. And then we try to get our contact from NIMBA to see whether we can talk a little bit on the election results, or not the results, the ongoing vote casting in NIMBA and Grand Jide counties, NIMBA senatorial by-election, Grand Jide representative by-election. First, this break. Rich people and the poor people, listen. Actually, you can add this thing to the screen. What's the lesson there? Rich people worry more than poor people. The poor man just want to eat. The rich man worries about paying taxes, bills, telephone, real estate. This war is not fair. As a matter of fact, look at your 5 fingers, not all equal. I got everything, but I'm still worried. So the little boy said, but I know somewhere where you don't have to worry when you reach. All you need is a candy. Okay, so we have to bring this one down. We cannot wait, continue to wait for these television people. We go strictly into the discussion. What's happening in Unification City, Magibie County? Robert Francis Okai, familiar caller on this net. First time seeing him. Robert, good afternoon to you. Say, outgoing CEO Musa Belede is no longer CEO as of May 1. Liability is now the CEO as of May 1. That's true. I tell you the truth thing. I'm not joking. Okay. So let's go to leave the pleasantry, Chief. What's happening in district number 1, Magibie, number 2, Magibie, Unification, where multiple colors on the TBS, the State of the Nation, come from?
Mhm.
You came to remind him, right? Okay. The word I want also underscore. Mhm. It's an affront. Okay. So there's this swapping of names. I don't know why Maggie continue to suffer it, but I just say you came to remind the president. Let me also remind you constitutionally that the president is the only one in the executive that can appoint, nominate with the consent of the Senate, appoint and commission cabinet ministers, deputies, and assistant cabinet ministers, ambassadors, minister consuls, and the chief justice and associate justices of the Supreme Court, and judges of subordinate courts, superintendent and other county officials. That includes city mayor, even though it's not mentioned here, other political subdivisions. So why are you hurting your head when the president has this responsibility solely? What you call thousands of protests? Nobody should protest in our place here. Hold on. Please, what you call writing? But you just agree that it is the president's prerogative. So how has it become the wrong thing to appoint what he wants? Uh-huh. So let me come to this swapping thing. Is really true? I know the swapping name is very strange. I don't. I've been working in government, but this one passed mark. I don't know how the president is going to mitigate this situation. But you have you people. This is just speculation. You haven't identified anyone that might have swapped these preferred names. I don't know why it's always my Gibby. Sometimes it's not loyalty. The reward is above us in heaven. Sometimes you just let it go. Rabbi Francis Okay. So who is this lady engaging in self help, cleaning up unification and its environs?
Christmas.
So she did this thing in anticipation of a payback from JNB for job.
By the people.
So who are those swapping the names? Let's name one or two names that were swapped. Eh? Let me tell you where the problem is coming from. And I'm speaking from experience. And I think the executive manager should adapt this procedure. When the president nominates, before it goes to the Senate or whosoever carrying it to the Senate, it has to be published on the e-marshal website. It stops anyone from tampering with the list, because it is already published by the executive mansion, by the office of the president. No one dare touches it anymore. But if the trip it takes from the marshal to go, so the person who carrying it could be tempted. Could be tempted. And this is where the problem is coming from. I don't know how things have just changed over the time. In my opinion, the appointment should be published before it goes for confirmation. I don't, and you're saying the person you pushing for was never appointed, right? Who designated?
Official of the party. You can go and do your research. You can go and investigate about Mana will or not. You go in the market women say that they want money won't. You go to the student community, the disabled community, you go everywhere, the people say that they want, Brother Chris. So the citizen, the leader that they are yearning for, the party need to see how best to deliver the leader to the citizen. But contrary to that, when you bring anybody that the citizen do not want, it creates serious embarrassment. I agree to that, right? But the fight is in the circle of the entire unity partisan. Other people feel that they are so entitled to the party than other people. That's why we are come to say no. Other people have been paying that due. They've been during the time of the campaign where people were afraid to identify with even the Unity Party. That woman business center become the party headquarters of the Unity Party. So why is it this time around that they want to silence the woman? That's why we are come to call on President Joseph Human Walker.
So what was the other lady? What's her name?
The other lady that they want to swap with Mana Olele will not a one floor a winner.
So where was she when?
She was nowhere.
Yeah, that's how you look at it.
She was nowhere. She was nowhere. End of the day, when the National Election Commissioner announces Joseph Yuma Bwaka as president of the Republic of Liberia, she began a line entitlement that she is a United Partisan. When you go on the road and Brother Chris, for that need don't coming all the way, you know, and those days, the city been that they were calling on the radio that the government during the time of the CDC-led government, that the government will see how best at least to allocate money in the national budget to clean all the city, and the city will not clean. But you know, someone using their own money, bringing yellow machine, bringing tractor, bringing how you call it, truck to take away the deck. So we feel that this person who is not in government doing this thing, when they come to government, you think what they will do? They will do explore, in the arrest. The president talk about sanitation. Someone who willing to lay a life down to see how best that the city be clean. Someone who willing to lay a life down so that they can work with rural market here, that they can work with the student community, the disabled community, and other community to ensure that the city become a second to none in Liberia. These are the people who should be prioritizing to get in government. But when you take someone who don't even have interest in the citizen, they want to get that title city mayor. Yesterday it happened, and we don't want it to repeat again on our watch as African or youth in the community.
So if it happened, what you would do?
When it happened, it mean that we.
I know you already announced thousands of protests. I know you just want to.
No,
there's a figure of speech called Apple.
We're not going to call on President Joseph.
But you say you will have protests, thousands of protests.
Yes, because the interest of the people should be met. If the interest of the people cannot be, I mean the people have to rise up to the occasion. That's why we want to see this. We call it short to call on President Joseph Yuma Bwaga to launch an investigation into Magibi country. Why they say every time different need that's coming from Magibi. Yesterday you hear different need, today you hear different need. The country is very big.
You know, you scared of calling Ibe Plaki name?
All right.
No, but you are aware of it, but you don't want to call it.
I aware.
And you claim that you know some of the people who are doing the swapping, so why you don't want to name them?
We'll stay back on the radio.
When can we tell again? You gotta say everything right now.
Swapping to you. Swapping to you, I swear.
Before the camera, you see the work of the madam. I think this brother can help.
No,
that photocopy, we can't see anything.
No, it's very clear, bro.
You go sit down in computer shop and design something, bring it here.
This is the reality, bro.
You think that platform is gullible? You go sit down in computer shop and design something on paper quick.
You'll see the reality, brother Chris. We're discussing someone who is real.
But just open it. The camera will pick it up. You already on the screen. Just open it up.
Yeah.
The camera is right before you.
You see the work and the RIA road. You see the deck that come from down there. This man, I took all of the deck for on that road down there.
Before the elections?
Yes, I said November 27.
Wow.
2023. You see.
That was just after. A moment after Mr. Weir conceded.
Yeah.
You see the hard work of this mother. So we're looking for someone who will serve the people and that the people will be happy, brother Chris. So we are come to call on the President Joseph Yuma Bwaga, people who are spending hard-earned money, people who feel that they can be part and parcel of the arrest platform. I think they should be given the just opportunity to serve. Brother Chris, I tell you no lie, if that madam being appointed a mayor or unification city.
You want to be chief of office staff?
You want me to that job? You looking for that?
No,
and to those of you who listening,
no.
And they announce line opening, you keep calling. If you call, I will embarrass you.
So
if you call, I will embarrass you, and I admonish you to stop calling. Yeah, go ahead.
Brother Chris. So even if she become a mayor, I don't want to work with her. But we're looking at people who that.
You took money from her to do this. What you doing?
No, brother Chris, I never been happy. I will never be. I never take.
Do you know her personally?
I know her personally. I know her workings. I know what she can do.
How long you been knowing her?
I've been knowing her for a decade.
10
years now. So look at people who.
You've been knowing her for 10 years. What's about the one that you don't want her to take the office?
The first thing, the madam do not have a house in the district or the city. She renting. We're looking for people who have property value, who have property, who own property. This woman we are discussing, she own property in Unification City. She own property in Chavde. She own property in the Nitowan community. So we are looking for people who that tomorrow they cannot run away from the citizen. So if the citizen can see them to that place or see them to that other area. Unification City is a very big city. So to govern Unification City, you need someone who have the potential. We need someone who able to deliver the arrest platform of the Unity Party. But follow that, if they will not appoint this woman, Brother Chris. Titty Monster, that city will go by way war. You will find all that city will be dirty. Because even the people who using as own resources, as some people go at night and throw dead on the roadway, but they still go to take all that dead. They're not coming to serve because they want money. They're coming to serve because they have the passion for the job. They might not have the passion for the job, Brother Chris. So we need people who that will come, that will build our country for tomorrow. So we don't need someone who will come, I'm a mayor, I'm a mayor, I'm a mayor. It happened yesterday. We don't want it to repeat today again. So we are calling on President Joseph Yuma Bwaka. Mara Olele Welena is best suited for the job. She will work that day, and she will be given the opportunity to serve as a mayor of Unification City. When you serve as a mayor, you'll find out that your arrest platform will continue to grow in Magidi.
Which of the parties she belongs to?
She belongs to the United Party. She's a member and staffer of the United. That's a member of the United Party, Brother Chris. So we're discussing someone.
Card carrying member, due payer.
She's a payer. And when you turn it, she's dead.
And she wants to be city mayor of Unification. That's what she told you.
She wants to be a mayor of Unification City.
So that's why she's doing this voluntary.
Want to be a mayor or Unification
Does
City.
she want to be, or you are the one advocating?
She wants to be a mayor.
She wants to be.
Yes, she wants to be because you have the passion for the job. Brother Chris, this woman, it really brought for me to see someone who really not working, but they still identifying with the ordinary people. These are the people who need to come to government. Not people who have that service spirit. Florence. We don't know Florence from anywhere. People who put Florence name on that list, that Florence name should be deleted. Actually, it's a strong.
Florence who? Florence who?
Florence.
So it's published on the Marshall website.
Yesterday, after the
Sorry, what?
Confirmation hearing.
I mean, don't lead out rejoicing thing.
I come in, Brother Chris.
You see, the appointment now looks like a football game and a VAR. You know, the VAR, VAR, right? Video assistant referee. If you are in a vital area and you score, sometimes you got to delay your celebration because the VAR could just change it around. So when you hear your name somewhere, I know what happened to my own friend, Emmanuel Wenyu. He posted on his page thanking President Bwaka for his preferment as Assistant Minister of Internal Affairs. A friend, someone who grew up in that ministry. Going for confirmation, his name changed. Nobody knows. Nobody knows who did it. Though Front Page Africa pointed at the Senate's leadership, well, there was no reaction, so we let it go. People were in Kakata rejoicing Abel like he's a senator to the superintendent position.
Yeah, even called
on the eve of the appointment, Abel was nowhere close to the name. In fact, it is this opposite sex that was appointed.
Yeah, when
not a male, but a woman. So that means he was far away from being appointed. So if somebody just had their name as the next city mayor of Unification and decided jubilating, why you can let sleeping dog lie? Because that doesn't suffice.
Brother Chris, we know our country. We know the people in the country. We know how they behave. This leader, we know how they behave. If somebody, they are very stubborn, thing that will bring embarrassment to the country, thing that will bring embarrassment to the community. When you try to tell them to deserve from it, and they will feel that they are so supreme. Yesterday they did it and they left from power. Today again they want to do it again to bring serious and total embarrassment to our community, and we say no to that. That's why we are calling on the president, for the president to launch an investigation to see who are those that have worked really for the party, who are those who spend their hard-earned money. What a Unification City, Brother Chris. Even
so since you mentioned name like Florence who? Anyone who can speak for Florence, or if Florence herself want to speak?
Yesterday.
Please hold on, Chief.
I come in 1 minute.
No, please hold on.
I come in 1 minute.
No, you're not coming 1 minute. I'm doing disclaimer now.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the job we do best. Anyone who wants to speak for Florence, or if Florence herself wants to speak, say her name was mentioned our studio guests. You can send a text message that you want to speak, because I'm not opening the lines, especially the way people start conducting themselves on the phone while the discussion is ongoing, except you want to speak for Florence. If not, and I will take only one opportunity for you to speak for Florence. If not, well, it's mumbo jumbo. So just send me text that this is me. I want to defend Madam Florence. Then I will call you. You don't even have to call back. I will call you. That's how responsible we are. Yes, go ahead, Francis.
Yeah. So you see on the brochure here, this madam and the unification city sports and unification sports page. You see on the brochure here.
When you came in my office, I didn't see all the things with you. Why? You had it in your pocket?
I had it in my file, brother Chris. So on the brochure here, this madam, she gave the sport page a fifth lip. When you see here, you will see this. The game were above the third division, league were above to be transferred to Kakata and stadium. Then be those stadium because the play was dirty up. So this mother take up the responsibility and should do all of the sanitation and again restored for it to be played on Unification City Sport Page. The entire citizen rate, the entire business people, they say that Mother Olede will now they want to be the mayor of Unification City. They don't want to hear no other name because this woman, she has worked.
All right, so let me hear from a relative of Florence.
For the interest of the Unity Party.
Let me hear from the relative of Florence for 1 minute. Good afternoon to you. What's your name? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we can take calls. Yes, we just wanted to hear from the opposing side. And Robert, this is your own comrade in arm.
Yeah.
Yes, you said you are filled with lies. So you got 2 minutes.
On Florence. Yeah. And all of this said she's not in the habit of giving people money to go and talk for her. So
that's why he go on all of that. No, but he said he's a black cousin to Florence.
No, Fred Joma and Florence are winner. Fred Joma live in Unification Town, and Florence live in Dolo.
Let me give me a way through to call just now. This is the message you sent. I'm the COS. COS.
Oh, COS.
Yeah, COS, not COS. Yeah. I'm the COS of Florence. Fred. Yeah.
No, they make you want to be COS.
The message COS.
You're not being Fred.
They make into Madam Welle now for $150. And the woman says she's not in a habit of giving money to young people to go and blame people. She loves reality. So she didn't give him the $150 US. So he escaped and went to Florence. So Florence probably should incorporate him again $150. But we are come to speak reality.
State of the Nation will take an independent tour of unification.
It will be good.
Then when we come back,
it will be good.
And we don't have to tell you people. We know how to do we talk to people. of the two individuals' popularity and their work output.
When it comes to work,
No, I didn't ask you.
No.
I said we will do it. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Apache. It was wonderful having you on today. My first time seeing you in person. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I gave my parting statement.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me say thanks again to Sis Magdalene and Brother Chris. President Joseph Yuma Boaka, President of the Republic of Liberia, Mike Gibby gave you 64,110 votes. We are come today to call on you to please appoint Madam Olele Welena. The era that you went during the time of the campaign, the business and store that you went to, Vice President Jeremiah Kun, the era you sat during the campaign in Unification City. So this woman should work to ensure that the Unity Party comes to power. And you know the work that this woman is doing and she continues to do. So we are asking as a citizen of Unification City to please give up Mana Olele Welena as a next mayor of Unification City.
Okay.
Furthermore to that, we will not accept any need, and we are going to protest against any need that will surface against Mana Olele Welena. God bless you. The next time I come back here, we'll be telling you about the growth and development about Mana Olele Welena, what you're going to do for the people of Unification City and the people of Magibi County.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's hear from the Magibians. Sanction or not, we will vote.
You're ready.
And Joseph Boaka went on to win Magibi County during the 2003 elections. Let's take this musical break and be right back.
We cry for peace.
Oh, the youth department. Okay, that's my department right
Yeah, of Tabernacle Refuge, we came together with our father
there.
and we thought on having a conference, a youth conference, not just based on church, but based on youth from all aspects of life, or Muslim or Christian, to have a leadership conference because we realize that nowadays the youth of this nation are not getting the education that they need, that they can be empowered. So basically everybody mind is just into like politics is the only area you can get money from. So we're forgetting about the lawyers, the engineers, we're forgetting about the doctors, we're forgetting about all these gaps that you can fill in to make a government. So we come up with a team or conference team, transformational leadership, wherein we gather as young people talking on how to transform followers into leaders and leaders being an agent of change. We are not just transforming you, but then we want you to be an agent of change wherein people will see you and say, yes, this is Liberian and this and they are our youth and definitely they can do better too.
Wow. So well, wonderful. So to my brother in the blue, tell me who are qualified to be to benefit from this conference? I mean, who can attend?
Well, actually, this conference is about the youth. Evidently, there are other people who can also attend this conference.
Yes, the youth. I mean, maybe you have age range, and sometimes too, other older, can want also to attend. So I just want to place
Okay.
emphasis on that.
Yeah, the age will get safe. Let's say 18 now. But I just like from the high school area would like to invite the senior high division of the high school area. But actually from 18 I can attend the conference.
18 up. Okay. So what's about 15, 15, 16, 17? Well, okay. So who are the speakers? Who should we expect to speak
Uh,
to us?
Yes, so we have great minds that will be speaking to us. We have Adamake Dempster, the chair.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Then we have our newest Foreign Affairs Minister, Mrs. Yanti.
Yeah.
And then we have Councillor Nibadi Wanda.
Wow.
We have Benedict Danowelli from Equip Liberia.
Okay.
Yes, we're expecting a lot of great leaders to come and speak to us because if we are not capacitated now, we will not be able to take on government as future leaders.
Oh, so you want to call me now? All right. So tell me, how many days conference?
So the conference is 3 days.
3 days.
Yes.
Certificate is going to be awarded.
yeah.
So I'll get my certificate when I attend.
Yes.
But what they would take me for to get certificate? Free of charge?
Free.
They come
Just
in-
I just dress.
Yes, they
Go
just come
attend
and,
I should tie my hair.
no, you don't need basically
Or
it's
the
not
dress code or
no,
I mean.
basically it's not I come again. Basically it's not we are not doing religious stuff. We are
Okay,
doing
it's
kingdom.
open to all
Yes, kingdom.
religion.
So we want people to not come with a mindset that because it's a youth department for a church that is hosting it, so definitely it's only about church.
But it
Yes.
will be hosted in the church.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, and also the reason we're having this cover because we want to like open the mind of our people. That it's not about religious thing, open their mind to kingdom. Yeah, so this is why we actually when you talk about transformational, that have to be a kingdom base. Yeah, Christ based something. Yeah, so that people will be able at least be enlightened from Christ's perspective. So
Okay.
we open it up to everybody because God has called us to be one. So it's not only restricted to everybody because this what we want to learn will affect the nation. So we are drawing all youth from all over and those who want to be part of the conference. Yeah, so
Okay. So topics we anticipate. What are some of the topics that they're going to be talking about?
yeah, somebody
Teaching on.
the topic we'll be talking about integrity.
Hmm.
We'll be talking about the principle of leadership, the, concerning transformational leadership, the kingdom principles.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll be talking about it.
Who will be teaching on the kingdom principle? The
Pastor-
Adama Dempster?
No,
Who?
Julius Dennis.
Oh, Pastor Julius Dennis.
And for integrity, we have Councillor Nibade. For
We'll also be talking about nation building.
nation building,
Nation building.
our ministers that will be doing that, Minister Sarah Beso-Yanti. For
Okay.
her, she'll be talking at this series of topics because
Okay.
she's in the place there. And then
What place she here?
The
She's
place there.
avoiding
How about
it.
you?
It actually promises to be inspiring and
Yeah,
fun.
I know.
Yes, we don't want any youth to miss out on it.
Yeah,
We want
yeah.
us all to
So
be there.
how can I sign up? Someone
So,
is listening right now. How can
so basically, the church is located opposite Truth FM Junction along the Wetona School Road. We are not taking any fees. You are all welcome. You just come
Free
and get your
entry,
name
free
logged.
entry.
And then the only restriction to certification is that you have to attend the
10 days.
full 3 days.
The 3 days.
That is
okay, the 3
on
Yeah,
days.
the
the 3 days.
27th.
The
The
25th to
25th
the
and the
27th.
27th.
Yes.
Which is coming Thursday to Saturday.
And there are a lot of people been asking her if whether the time that we spend there if they will get food. Definitely we offer food there too.
So we'll have food.
Yes.
Oh my young people, what are you waiting for? You will just wear your clothes in the morning, dress up nicely because don't dress or go in that dress or impress.
If you just impress, if you just
All right, dress up in the morning. Come around Truth FM, Dupo Road. Yeah, in
City
Dupo, the longest tower.
Yeah.
When you stand at Truth FM, then you will get the direction. So don't sit over there. Some of you sit down, Gase boy, on little boy, you go to that intellectual forum. Only you won't get all the solution of that problem. Go and empower yourself. I say, well, the thing what you doing is bad, but it's good to also go and listen to people who got wealth of knowledge that you will be able to drink from in that cup. And don't sit over there begging your please. I will spot it. I will come. Yes, I will come there. Maybe I'm not take the 3 days, but I will come and I'll be in and out because I'm really, really interested in what you guys are doing. Who's your president?
I'm the president.
You the president. I see what you saying in the middle. Why the president sitting in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's the vice president?
No, she's not here.
Okay, is she?
Yeah.
And what's her own position?
But when it comes to the team, the youth department, I'm the financial secretary. But for this year, I'm the host of the conference.
Oh, that's good. Congratulations, financial secretary.
And I'm the secretary of the department.
Okay, so wonderful. And I mean, I'm trying not to resign from my own position. I've been holding that position forever. Every time they say, no, we're ready for you to leave. But I'm the youth president of my church, and I've been holding that position forever. Yeah, but it's good working along with the young people, and I wish you guys all the best. All right, so I don't want to let you go, but I have that Fala and Abina. We're about to talk agriculture. While we're learning, we keep hungry. We need to talk about how we can feed ourselves. So let's catch up tomorrow. We'll give additional 20-25 minutes to talk about our upcoming events. So just know that I'm in with you guys, and I hope to see you tomorrow.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so even if it's one or two persons, come let us remind the public about our upcoming event. Thank you so much. All right, Victoria. And Mr. President, Emmanuel. Okay, I know your seat will be way up, Mr. President. Okay, congratulations, and I wish you guys all the best. All right. So, yes, we gotta go. Thank you for coming. And so next is the agro segment, and we'll be discussing how we can feed ourselves. Hey, what are you doing to ensure that you feed yourself? What are you doing? Library is so old like this. Imagine we're still here discussing. I mean, we have a lot to do, and for the 1822, rice is our staple. And we keep continue, the discussion, how we can feed ourselves, what can we do, strategies we can, adopt from other countries. And yes, if you see something good going on in other countries and it's working, why can't we bring it and apply it to our setting? Yeah, so we have that Afala, and he's going to be here with us. Abina, I saw her in and out. She's still going to Please tell Chief Chris we're ready so we can talk agriculture. Dad, it's good to have you on.
Yeah, it's also good to have you, Magdalene, after what, 2 weeks?
No, you got a face on fire, you know.
Yeah,
They always
yeah.
like to see you on. When you don't come on, everybody be like, "What is that? What is that?" Say he's flying to another country. He's always in the air. Yeah, yeah. So this is your platform. I would say your the segment that you're really very very much interested. You're very supportive. The last time Dad asked me to check up on some he asked me to check up on some things from one place to another. I went around, and I mean, this man is, I ain't trying to just try to frame up stuff, but he said go and ensure that you get the adequate information that we yes, Chief. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. So he's very, very supportive. And the last time I was checking, I realized that from 2021, we've been discussing agriculture on this platform. So, Chief.
Yeah, Doc, what's up?
How about SELLEE? Where you coming?
We're good. It's good to have you. Last week we missed you out. In fact,
Yes.
this was the second week. Last week was the second time. But Abina was with us. We had some
Good.
glitches in internet connectivity. We had to do audio instead of video. We did WhatsApp, but it was good. She promised to be on today. This
Excellent.
is all about this global hunger index report released in October, but it has just been all along have been embargoed, but it's now a public document. Newspaper headlines are carrying it, radio stations. Liberia is one of the world's most hungry country. It's placed in the category as very serious, not very serious, but serious. Belarus is the best performing country of where they have the data. In West Africa, Ghana is the best performing. And then in the Minor River Union, Sierra Leone is the best performing. Liberia is next to Sierra Leone. And the total placement of Liberia is 117 out of 125 countries. This is worrisome. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
So I was asking, this is worrisome.
Indeed, it is.
So, in your opinion, relying on the data issued by Concerned Worldwide and the German campaign to end hunger, what can we do as a country? Before you come to that, let me welcome Abina. Abina, good afternoon to you. She left again. So, Doug, let's hear you.
Please don't. No, but you know what is sad is that we have all the factors to make us to be food sufficient. I mean, you read the World Bank report. 53% of our rural population is extremely poor, food insecure. Two things I would say. This is symptomatic of the problem of Africa. Africa spends billions of that to import rice, but there is hope. There is hope in Sierra Leone, there is hope in Mali. And the most awful place is Tanzania with 224% food sufficiency. So today I wanted to speak from two perspectives, more on the solution, what has worked in other countries. I want to touch briefly on cooperatives, but I want to spend time on the banking sector.
Okay.
I spent lots of time trying to study the role of rural banks, microfinance, private banks in helping farmers. Because I did some extensive research when our brother from AfriLand was here the last time. I really wanted to get him on board And to hear
Yes.
from him,
And sorry, we missed contact. Apparently, I took his wrong number and I can't. So, Jacob, I still remember the name. Jacob, if you're listening and you work for AfriLand First Bank, the last time you called on the show, please don't hesitate to contact me. You should have my number. I missed copy yours. Dr. Fala wants you to make several appearances here as we discuss financing to farmers. Yes, go on, Doc.
because I did extensive research in multiple countries. The rural people don't have money. They need some form of financing. The banks are risk adverse, right? They want to manage their risks in a way. What I wanted to hear from Richie was from their study of loan to rural farmers, what has been some of the common risks? Because what some countries have done is that they try to work with the farmers to mitigate the risks, because there are multiple risks in farming: bad weather, poor seed, lack of market. But what one some countries do, what Nigeria did, since Nigeria realized that they are banks, they're there to make profit. What it did was it created a protected amount of money so that it could serve as a buffer for the banks. And then other countries, big organizations think that if we fund microfinance, but the fundamental issue is that the rural pools, they cannot afford enough money to expand their farm to increase their yield. They need access to money that have limited interest, that is extended. Someone has to make that money available. Some kind of mechanism has to be made available for us to, one, pull them out of poverty, two, for us to be rest sufficient because they can produce the food and give it to us. But if they don't have access to finance, it's good that we have Abina on the show, because Abina, when the first time I asked Abina to come to Liberia to do her research on rice, you'll be surprised from Abina findings. She will tell you more that the imports, like the chemical, in fact, most Liberian farmers don't use chemical fertilizer. They lack the knowledge. Then the fertilizer is so expensive, I think 10 times higher in Liberia compared to Ghana. Some time ago, Abina had to really buy those things in Ghana and ask her to bring them on the plane. Our friend, the lady, now had to help her. That's the second thing. Now you have imports are too expensive. The people don't have access to farming. Abina found out that the average Liberian farmer, when he does 1 acre of rice, when he get the pure paddy rice, he can only get 1 or 2 bags. So the role of farmers, and even in Ethiopia, the banks are so critical to raise the people at about in the US. I bet you if you did a survey today, SELLEE, all the high-rise building the Lebanese are building Monrovia, if you were to do a survey and ask them how many of them taking money from their pockets, I think it might be less than 1%. It is bank financing business that stimulates economy. But why is it not happening in our country? It is a problem that we have to solve. I don't know.
No, but Doc, I disagree. It's happening in our country, but not in our subject matter.
That's what I'm saying. So it's happening in other areas. Let's stay focused on agriculture. I don't know how much bank is favorable to Liberian businesses, but in agriculture, so we need to sit down and think through what are the hindrances. What is stopping us from? We got to reach out to the rural farmers. They are poor. They are rest insecure. If you're able to give them loan, they can grow more rice and then feed us. Even though the loan alone is not enough. So what are those mechanisms? I will talk and then Babina can come in. One, we need to do extensive agriculture extension to give these people the knowledge to be able to change from the traditional way of farming. How much are we investing in agriculture extension? Mechanized farming. In fact, Abina did an analysis of our rice farm, and she said that if we're going to break even, we had to set a back rate, I think, for 500 or 1,000. And the reason we found out was the cost of chemical, lack of mechanized farming, and the third thing, the lack of knowledge. So on the one hand, we have a lack of knowledge. On the other hand, the cost of materials are high. Then we don't have access to loan to give to the farmer. So we're in a catch-22 situation. No knowledge. Even if they have the knowledge, materials too expensive. And then we need to go mechanize to be able to produce sufficient food. But then to produce that, the farmer need to have some kind of protected loan. But we haven't worked that. So we have 2 problems here. How are we going to bridge the 2?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so basically, I wanted some input from Bina because we have a problem. So we'll always be in this hunger issue because we first of all need to educate the farmers, empower them by giving them the available chemicals, educate them so that they can expand their produce, help them to develop the market so they can sell the market. How do we protect them? How do we make sure that the market is protected, that when they sell their goods, they will get it on time, they will get it in time to the market and will be bought? How do we shape our mindset as Liberians that we go for our own food so that the farmer, when he brings his rice to town, so we get one thing, the supplies are inadequate supply due to lack of chemicals that are too expensive, due to lack of knowledge, due to lack of marketing as support. We don't have the banks that are reluctant to give loan. Why are the banks reluctant? If this is a solution, what can we do to empower these banks, microfinance institution, cooperative bank, and even private bank? How do we as a government, as a people, incentivize the bank to give the loan? What some banks are doing in some country, because the bank want to get their return, those banks develop their own agriculture extension officers. That's what the banks did. What they will do is that they will see the farmers, work with the farmers, study the risks, reduce the risks, help them to farm market, because the banks were doing one of the holistic approach. How can our banks move from the era of just complaining the librarian are not reliable? How do the bank become more proactive and say, this is my country, we got to feed our country? Besides, every one of us as citizens, we have a civic responsibility to our country, even if you're in the private sector. How can we make our banks to say, no, we got to help these people? Now I want to hear from Richie. What have been the common risk factor? What have they done to mitigate the risks? Because until we can be able to help the farmers to produce more and larger quantity of food by the use of chemical, by the use of marketing farming, by access to loan, we'll never be able to leave the hunger state. We'll always have poverty in the rural area and we will not be food sufficient. How do we solve this conundrum? That's my question. I wanted to maybe hear the input from Abina.
Okay, so let me use this time to welcome Abina. Abina, you were exceptional last week when you last appeared. We went into forming alliances in food production, what we refer to as cooperative. But we're trying to beat something back, and Doc has named two areas. Besides cooperative, banks giving loan or access to finance by the rural poor, and it is all on the basis of this global hunger index released, placing Liberia 117 out of 125 countries. That's a very dismal performance by Liberia. I was looking through and I saw your country is the best in West Africa, best performance, beating Nigeria. And in the Mana River Union sub-region, Sierra Leone is best in the Mana River, beating Liberia just about a point.
You talking about Ethiopia?
No.
You say his country. Which country?
I'm talking about Abina. So, Abina, what is the way forward? We're finding solution to this thing. That basically is all tied to lack of access to finance. Do you agree or disagree? Abina, you have to unmute yourself.
Let me try to connect her.
Yeah, I think the internet, Ghana is suffering from internet every day. Yes. So, yeah, man. Well, Abina, elaborate on everything.
Let me just qualify. I'm not saying exclusively finance will solve the problem. I'm saying access to finance, but there is an endogenous problem we have. We have the problem of limited knowledge on modern agricultural method. The farmer does not have that access. He does not have access to mechanized farming. He does not have access to market, to be supported with market. The adequate soil testing. I don't want to tell you my experience when I sent the soil to the university lab. The report, one of the most discouraging reports I ever got in my life. We don't have access to adequate, accessible soil testing. Then the chemical is too expensive. So on the one hand, the farmer is not empowered to succeed. He's starting with a hand start behind his back. No knowledge, limited knowledge. All of country, what they do the agricultural entrepreneurship or extension officer to help our people to change their behavior. right? They don't have that access. Two, we got to market now. We can't use human muscle. I did the calculation. The time the number of people we have on the farm working, the number of days we're paying them. If we had a machine on the farm like a tractor would do well. They don't have access to mechanized farming, any kind of machinery. The chemicals are very expensive. Services such as market research, the demand side, how do we build a demand? So he is caught up in a terrible situation. How do we change his mindset? How do we substitute that chemical? How do we give him what we call foundation rice? That method of taking one rice and keeping the best one for next year does not work. We got to do research to give them high yielding rice. So all of these factors are there. Then he does not have access to finance to help him overcome these challenges. How are we going to bridge these two? Financing on the one hand, but financing in such a way that he's educated and he's empowered that every dollar they give him. But most of the banks, when you hear we don't give librarian loan because librarians are not reliable, librarians have a higher risk. But have we sat down like other countries and say, let's look at all of these risks from the librarian farmers. What can we do as our civic responsibility as banks to help these farmers and train them and give them the knowledge? So our poor rural farmers are the victim. They're caught up in the middle. Sometimes we say that government, but it's not government alone. How can we do this as our civic responsibility? Many countries are now saying, okay, maybe commercial bank, one profit, agriculture cooperative bank may not be functional. So people are now supporting a lot of microfinance organizations to grow microfinancing with limited profit or interest or no interest. But no matter how much loan you give, it must be done with education. What Mali has done was group of poor farmers come together, form a cooperative, then they give them a tractor. You see? So they can afford it. Imagine putting 50 rice farmers together and give them one tractor.
Mm-hmm.
They come and work to this farm today, tomorrow they move to another farm. Even if you ask them to pay over, then okay, let's assume today we help them, we make fertilizer to be cheap. For example, we should encourage the diaspora to invest in chemical imports, reduce the export-import taxes so much so that they can be encouraged. So we can go into chemical and make it as cheap as Ghana. Make the seeds cheap. Reactivate carry to be able to produce what we call certified seed, foundation seed that have high yielding. And then train these people. So let's say we are able to do all of this. And now they're having bumper harvest. If we don't work on our supply side, on our demand side, to buy the people food again, we'll come back to the same problem. Because if a farmer produces 200 bags of rice and it doesn't get bought, he will not be able. So how do we change our behavior as a government? How do we ensure that simple things, all our occasions, will only use the librarian produced rice? If we subsidize any project, we'll tell you that one of the conditions supposed to subsidize in this project is rice. How do we, like the president was saying, how do we ensure our own country rice is consumed in the school among our school children? So that we can work on the supply side and the demand side as a country. And what I was saying that the banks can become innovative. Since we know that our librarians have problem with managing finances in agriculture, can the bank now adapt what other countries have done so that they can reach out to these farmers, help them employ people? Every year we produce tons of agricultural graduates. I will not lie to you. This is a problem of our country. I've had 2-3 agricultural graduates. They were nothing to write home about. They didn't know anything. How do we train people to have competencies in this critical field that we need to feed ourselves, my brother? So it's a tool, it's a loan issue, it's empowering the farmer. How do we do the two? And then how do we make our market to be able to buy our own food like the way the Burkina Faso has ensured that they buy their chicken? How do we do that, my brother?
Okay, so you see, okay, so Abina is on the WhatsApp call, and Abina, good afternoon to you. Good to hear from you. It's good that you are on the show. We still finding solution to our food insecurity situation, and it is good that though you are not a Liberian, but you have got a stake in Liberia about its quest to produce or to sustain itself when it comes to food production. So Dr. Fala is on the other side. Last week we talked lengthily about collaboration. Today, Dr. Fala is mentioning some of the hurdles in getting the rural poor involved. One, lack of education. 2, lack of access to finance. And 3, the high cost to the importation of chemicals, which they carry the burden larger because the importer will shift profit margin and every other stuff to the poor, already poor. So we found a solution here. But my question is that I wanted to put to him, and Abina, before I come to you, that in 1 minute time, can you tell us who do you think should enforce all of these regulations that you make an example from Burkina Faso? Who enforce it? Are you there? Okay, so Abina, what's your own experience on this one? He's on the telephone anyway.
Okay. So you want to know how we can have access to finance or
deal with this rural poor, lack of education, usage of chemicals, and the high cost to import, which usually the farmers will take the blunt of the burden in purchasing it because the importers will obviously shift the burden of maximizing their profits on them.
Okay, so to begin with, I think the best solution to this problem.
Yes, first solution to this problem. Abina, are you there?
Problem, particularly in like so. For instance, if I have money as a
Yes.
Yes, except that your introductory statement didn't come true.
Okay, I'm saying that from where I sit, at now, and the problem I see now, let us test this problem with a solution, and the solution is let us develop an outdoor model system. So, for instance, if I'm a person and I have money, decide that I want to, let's say I go to one county and go to maybe SAAH district, I want to embark on rice farming, commercial rice farming. What I would do is gather some farmers who would grow along with me. I can decide that I would get a land so that I would use a model for them to copy from me. Or I can decide that I don't want to farm, but I'm just going to support them with extension services, train them, and then give them the input to farm at a cost. When they finish, we can calculate all our production costs, and then they will pay back with maybe produce, or I will assist them to sell and then come and pay back with money, or whichever way. But the number one thing to do is to test the problem we have with the solution of an outgrower system. Even if it's not a private person who has money, it could be a cooperative. So if a cooperative can organize themselves well, they can walk up to a donor. And I know that there are projects that are rolling in Liberia. You can walk up to a donor can support, and then you grow with the farmers. When they finish, they pay back with the produce. So we can use that model to test, to solve that problem you have currently.
Okay. Dr. Tillerson, she's found a solution to the problem that you just listed.
No, I agree, and I wanted to even speak to that. She lays a key point. You know, I did some extensive work on cooperatives. Cooperative have 3 different levels of intervention, and she's very right.
Is Dr. Fan online?
Yeah, I'm online.
He's online.
Yeah.
I wrote a concept on a cooperative. She's speaking with, we just wrote a paper on cooperative that we're trying to get. 100% agree with Abina.
Please hold on, Doc. Abina, can you hear Doc?
No, I can't
I don't know. Okay, so this way we will try this way. You need to increase the volume of
But
your.
if we call him on WhatsApp, will I be able to hear him if you call him on WhatsApp?
No, he's on the screen. Yeah,
He-
we're doing video with him and doing audio with you. So,
Africa,
but we can
Okay, so can he as well go off so that we all do audio so that you call him WhatsApp? Is that possible?
No, I think he's okay.
it's
Let's
okay
yeah,
because
he's
so
okay.
you will hear us from here.
Yeah,
So just place it right
we'll
here.
try to
Just place
adjust.
it through the,
Yeah.
the earpiece.
But
Yeah.
I'm not hearing.
Yeah, Doc, go ahead.
So I said, Abina struck a very deep hole, a very
Okay, so hold on there. Let me do the test. Please hold on. Abina, can you hear Doc?
Yes, I can hear him.
Okay, much better. So good. So we did a connection. Let's go. Let's hear you, Doc.
Abina touched a very core issue, the issue of cooperatives. There is strength in normal. What I was reading when I was reading cooperative, that cooperative can serve three purposes. Cooperative can take care of the supply side, services, and demand side. Supply side, like Abina is saying, because they are coming together as a group, they can be able to buy chemical and fertilizer cheaply. And we also remember we said that there are no agricultural extension officers for testing. But a big cooperative can invest in training their own to provide those services. On the demand side, cooperative, because they are coming together, they can create a stronger market. So honestly, the truth saying that there is strength in number, we got to do that. Because what Abina is saying, the ideal is to get the government and the bank, but it may not happen now. From a lot of research I did, most big organizations are willing to support microfinancing mechanism of cooperatives. If you have a strong regional cooperative like in Liberia, where you guys go and say, okay, 10,000 people, we want to buy fertilizer, we need to buy chemical. Some cooperatives develop a institution to train their people. So I think the way she's proposing, we have a concept that we are developing is, I believe that until we can get that ideal situation, we need to come together across this country, build a strong cooperative. In my discussion with Bina, we start with rice, then we can build upon, but we urgently need a cooperative to center around rice, look at the issue of supply, services, and market.
Okay, so Abina, you heard Doc supporting you. So the next question is, I know you have your own data in Ghana. According to what I have here, your country performed under the period under review, during the period under review. As I said, Doc listed several of those things that if we don't do it, we continue repeating these numbers coming from these international bodies checking on, especially in the subject area. The last time you came to Liberia, and I've always asked you this question, you said we are 25 years away from feeding ourselves, especially with our staple. Having taken some tour, especially in Bon County, and market interaction with some marketers here, it seems not too far away from the global hunger index release. You doing your research since we last talked, have you been able to find additional materials or additional solutions for Liberia so that we can beat back? I don't like to be characterized, but this one I'm down with the GHR report on Liberia, and within my own wee ways before this segment ends, we're going to be announcing something to the public, our own wee way of beating back this characterization. But are there any suggestions from you so that the next time we can be listed as one of the hungriest in the world?
Chris, there's so much. There are many solutions, and the solutions it's repeatedly because then Liberia has many things to learn from the other countries that are delivering. The solutions are there. We need to start modernizing agriculture. So, for instance, last week you asked me a question about. You said the farmers were facing huge weather challenges and all of that, and what could we do, right? And then I bet there are 10 companies that provide these services to smallholder farmers. So they can give you weather forecast in your area where your farm is. And then they can tell you that maybe for the next 3 months, you're not going to have very good rain. So don't plant this, don't plant that, because if you plant that, you wouldn't have enough water. So there are many solutions. It starts with, let's start doing it. I think that's the most important thing. Otherwise, we'll keep talking, and nothing happens. So let's start doing it in our own little ways.
Yeah, like
If it's a cooperative that we want to start forming, let us just start. Let's get on it and let's start it. As we start, we are going to chart a new path, and then we are going to see how we navigate this problem. It's about starting for me. Because if it's about solutions, there are too many solutions.
all right. So I like the way you put it. Let's do it in our own weak ways. Even though some Liberians said this is harsh, they don't want to accept it. Some also said this is harsh, but a reality. And the solutions are out there, as you said. And another one said, and I had the Minister of Agriculture on this platform sometimes ago, a month ago, and he committed their government to turning some of these data around, except that some timetables are not given. But again, the ball is in their court to turn the tables around. Doc, do you believe this characterization or this data by? You think we really a hungry group of people?
But the World Bank said it, we are food insecure. Before the report came a long time ago, the rural population are food insecure. A large number of Liberians are food insecure. I mean, go around Moreover, you know how many persons have assurance of eating food, get food available for 2-3 days. How many persons in that country wake up in the morning and know they get work food in the pantry for a week? You know that you just got to look around. But you know, like Abina said, we don't want to go into the problem. Abina and I met in a very interesting way. She was reading on Liberia and was interested in doing rice. Abina has come in this country 3 or 4 times. She came and did the first assessment report share with me. We developed a report on rice commercialization. We just wrote a concept note on what we can do. In fact, I was surprised when Abina was telling me now they can use satellite images to do soil testing. We have all it takes. We have a commitment from Abina to even move to Liberia. What we lack today for us to lead this process is initial seed investment. So we can start the pilot. She stays some time in Bonn, Monserrat, and Nima. We need a good way to support us to see we can make a change. We want to do this, we want to put the farmers together, and we have the concept note. We have 3 different reports Abina has done. Our assessment report she did, the rest commercialization report, now in the cooperatives. We need to start talking and taking action. It doesn't have to be big action. It doesn't have to be millions of dollars. Is that what we can put the diaspora together to say this? How can this report make us angry instead of condemning and throwing blame? How can the report make us angry to do something practical? Not 6 months from now, but from now. There is modern technology in our favor. And like she said, other countries have done it. Mali has done it with all the desert. And you know, Tanzania have done it. Sierra Leone, you just have to take one day you eat Sierra Leone. If they can do it, we can do it. So the answer to what Abina said, let's start the top, start the doing. Let the government create some group that are progressive to come together and invest in them. Let's have a timeline, one cooperative fund. Let's take a minimum amount of funds that we put into that serious people.
Okay, so we gradually go into this. It's interesting today. We had to make it topical, and Doug will always advise that the public takes a bigger share of input on this one. So we're about to open the lines,
Yeah.
and this line is the only line because the other line is being used to connect with Abina is internet. So the one I will announce is the only line. So the two have agreed that we should do our little ways. We should apply our little ways in turning some of these characterization over. The advanced media consultancy, that which is run by us, has planned is in the planning process of hosting a symposium on the agro sector of our country, especially rice, cash crops, animal husbandry, vegetables, and cassava, all in the value chain. Whether we can take a leap jump from one point to the other. The last time I ever remember as a child growing up in Lofa, Banga to be specific, my home county Lofa was referred to as the bread basket. I used to think that Lofa has a basket with full of bread sitting in the middle of Wanjama. I didn't understand, and until I got to know that it means a lot of food production take place in Lofa County. Nimba seems to have overtaken Lofa. I don't know whether that data is correct. Bon County and others are involved. But unless, like the two guests said, unless we can do it in our little ways, we can't. The Advanced Media Consultancy, beginning tomorrow, we begin informing farmers how to form part of this symposium. Speakers will be there, the Ministry of Agriculture, the government, and I still stand to be corrected. The government seems to have the political will since it places agriculture on top of its priority, that alone, and we're going to hold them by that. So on June 6 and 7 is a 2-day symposium on how to find some of these solutions practical. Like Abina said, we should avoid too much talking and take some practical actions. And at this symposium, practical actions will be suggested and whether we can adapt it and move forward. On that note, 077 5144 But Magdalene has something to say.
Yeah, question quick. I mean, this has always been addressed, but let me bring it back to to Abina and Dadofala. The issue of soil testing, which is one of the main challenges, and we boast every time that we have all it takes to feed ourselves. The soil, we got good soil. So the issue of soil testing, which is one of the main challenges, I know, according to our discussion, what can farmers? I mean, local farmers who do not even have sufficient money, do not even have adequate do not even have money, let me just put it that way. What can they do? Do we have a specific area where people can call on? I mean, just we people we need to know because yeah, and
let me give you my very painful experience.
Okay.
So we took sample from my farm. Then I paid some $5 for the test. The sample was taken to the soil testing lab. After 3 to 4 weeks, they gave us an incomplete report, no analysis, no interpretation. It doesn't make sense to anyone. Incomplete. I was very discouraged. I asked the guy, my friend, how can the guy do this? So they took the test, the sample is still with them for 3 weeks. Then a guy who does not regard his job, does an unprofessional job, gave you a report that is far inferior to the soil testing report that Bishop Bima did for me 5 years ago. Too inferior, no interpretation. So imagine
you mean in Liberia?
I say University of Liberia soil testing the farm.
Hold on.
$75 US.
Yes, which I didn't have problem with. There was an excuse every week, next week, and then they gave us an incomplete report, no analysis. I will send that report to you on your WhatsApp so you can see it. Okay. So if you get the money to pay, can do it. We got to find alternative. And like Abina saying, I told you that in the cooperative, what most cooperatives do, they have the supply side, the demand side, and they have the services side. If you have a strong cooperative, within that cooperative, you guys can be able to have this accessible testing mechanism that Bina is speaking about. To look at
Yeah.
water flow, to look at data. It will require the numbers, it will require funding. We'll come together as farmers to get a forecast given. And today with modern technology, AI, we can make agriculture better, but the result, the experience I have, no poor farmer can afford it too long, it is incomplete.
All right. Thank you very much. This caller is Ben on the line. Thank you for holding on. Good afternoon. Yeah, let's hear you.
Brother, we've been striving for years to make agriculture program work. As soon as we get the money to the agriculture ministry, we farm cassava planter and give them the money. They are qualified to be able to do the work.
Listen. Hello. I disagree. I disagree. Please do not look down at cassava planters. I am one also. Yeah. So the same way, yes, the same way you want that money or you want access to finance, cassava planters equally have.
Yeah. Now, we have to invest in livestock management. And you who came from the university of Liberia who did not have money to even build a house to produce chicken. We found it difficult. Let us look for the people who are already prepared by the Liberian government or by the university of Liberia or by capital and invest in them. Buy parcel of land, build those structures that are needed for them to carry on the livestock management or livestock production. They will help us. But if I always say that those who graduate or train themselves is difficult. We don't have money. So we just keep sitting down and another thing I want to tell you is that when you go in the bush along the coastal area, the Gathering thing that they call the Polo Society, that organization will not member, you can't live among them so easily. So government has to put something in place so that people who are not members of the Polo Society or Civil Society, they too must be free to carry on the family activities. So that's my take.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
077514428. 077514428. We got 5 more minutes to go on the segment. Yeah.
You got a caller?
No, no.
Okay, so Doc, you want to address, or Abina, you want to address, but another caller is already on the line. Hello. Yes. So what did you go to do? What did you go to do? What did you go to do? What did you go on the farm to do? And where is that place? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Traditional practices are what you call poda is hampering food production as well, like lack of access to finance, and those are the concerns raised. You got another caller?
Yes.
Let's hear you. Let's hear you, Gadier.
Okay, in the forest, man, there are lots of animals that
Thank you very much. Protection. We'll take the last one. Hello. Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Pastor Robert calling from where I
Pastor Rawa, let's hear you.
yeah, this family issue we must take it across the nation. Family is not something great. For most of our station workers, they are not coming home to farmers. They want to see the picture you must, who is sensitive holistic so that agriculturists will categorize into groups. Alright, those that know both and those that don't know both. If you identify farmers like that, we get a result. For some of our opportunities, when they say offices don't come down for these farmers, you have to educate them. How do we grow food? They have to say that else. How do we pass on somebody? That is no job.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you so much for your participation. Time is fast spent.
Yeah,
We can't take. Oh, this could be the consolation. Okay, thank God it's gone. So, Abina, those are the concerns. In fact, as if access to finance, lack of education, high cost of chemicals are not problems already existing. They are listing traditional practices as well. We dare not to go into this one, but you heard the farmers. The last caller said we need to decategorize. Let's put everyone in a group based on on what they know or what they don't know. Like that, you can move forward. And it's asking policymakers, especially in the agriculture sector, that agriculture is not a white collar job. You need to get out of the office and go into the fields. Let's hear you, Abina. With 3 minutes left, we can ration a 1.5 for you, 1.5 for Doc.
Okay, so there's something that he said which I like. He said we begin to categorize, all right? But we can only categorize if we set out to collect data from these people who call into the program. I don't know how wide your reach is in terms of who listens to you and to which counties does your broadcasting go. But maybe one day we can open the lines, set out some questions, and then let people call in and provide the answers. That way we can begin to gather data and put the way forward, because we can only make decisions based on data available. That is what is going to determine what the solutions are and what should we do immediately.
Okay, that's good. So,
that he says we need to categorize.
Yeah, so we reach the entire country, and in fact, we are monitored into Mercantile Republic of Guinea. That tells you we've gone beyond Liberia's territorial border. So all you need to do, just draft those questionnaires, send it to us. We will make it topical, like you suggest, and it will help us to collect data and see who is in need, who is not in need, and how they go about reaching out to policymakers or to donor countries in having their agricultural activities work done. So that is good. So we'll be expecting the draft questionnaires. Is that good with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's great. And so I'll do it in a way that as the data keeps coming, someone feeds in, and then we are getting real-time data. We will see everything. Like if you go to the dashboard, you are going to find out everything from every person who has contributed to the data collection.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Doc. 1.5 minutes.
Yes, so I will just start from what Abina said. We discussed it from the get-go. The farm needs to get data for what people are interested in across the country. I will add a little bit more. We can use Facebook and other social media to draw 1 or 2 questions and ask people to go in and answer them. So we can modify the data and get more data, like she said. So I'll work with her on that. The second point I want to say, using Abina as a good example, Abina has a master's degree in agribusiness. When Abina came to Liberia to access my farm, Abina was staying on the village. It's not only a pleasant place that we have a lot of respect. She went there, sat down, got to know the people, visited the villages around there, and she had a realistic sense of the situation. She went to Bong, she went to the market. Agriculture has to be fee-based and start being theoretical. They tell people we must invest in agriculture to produce more agriculturists and incentivize them. We need to start reintroducing agriculture into our high school as a course. We need to be able to incentivize agriculture in our vocational schools. I know right now, all of our counties have a community college. Let agriculture become the center stage that will get funding by government. And when these agricultural graduates come out, when these guys graduate agriculture, let's incentivize them with minimum salary and encourage them to be on the field. I think if we build a large pool of agricultural entrepreneurs, if I heard that term first from Abina, from the high school, the colleges, like what the color said, from Cottington, from LU, the vocational schools, let incentivize them, just as we do with the doctors. Because the more we can produce food, the more our economy will get better. So let's get these guys graduated, get a good curriculum program. When they graduate, give them some minimum money to be assigned in the various countries to help farmers. More agriculturists will help us a lot. Agriculture should be of free work. We should incentivize those are in the field and those are in the office. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. In this text, I said, let us map the entire country to know which of the agro sector, which of the agro sector is suitable for production. For example, the coastal land will be good for animal husbandry. Betty sends in that one. Thanks to everyone for participating. This is how we draw the curtains on another segment of the agro production of the agro segment. It is a regular feature on State of the Nation, a public affairs platform on Truth FM 96.1. It is the radio service of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. Magdalene, thanks for the lineup. And see you next Tuesday. Abina and Doc, see you next Tuesday. You guys have assignments. You got something to draft to send to us. Then the both of you, Abina, the question here, and Doc, what again?
Social media and stuff to get the question.
Social media. Yeah, that is it.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Next week, we try frantically to bring on the new Registrar General of the Cooperative Society, Lopu Kanakai. I've made several stops over at the head office, and we're very close to bringing her here. Thanks so much for your support, Doc and Abina. See you next week.
Thank you very much, colleagues. Thanks for the good job.
Bye-bye.
He will be able to speed up that thing.